The Suicide Squad is a really fucking good movie. Now for this video, I am going to be looking off kind of a rough script over here off to the side. So if you see me looking over here, just so you know, just so you're aware. The visual style and effects in this movie are great. King Shark looks pretty damn real, as does the main villain Starro the Conqueror. This movie is far more violent and gory than I was expecting it to be. And I think it's clear that the movie doesn't take itself too seriously, and I wish more superhero movies would do that. I know Marvel does a good job with it, but they could be a little bleak sometimes. And only recently have DC movies been more jokey. And about the jokes, every joke and visual gag in this movie lands, whereas in the 2016 version, they were pretty fucking awful. There's a scene where King Shark almost eats Ratcatcher because he's hungry, and shooting him is basically the equivalent of smacking a dog on the nose with a rolled up newspaper. There's a scene in the jungle where Peacemaker and Bloodsport basically have a dick measuring contest about who can kill the coolest. The entire first squad that we're introduced to, sans Harley, are one-off joke characters who exist just to be blood bags, and they're all really funny. I enjoyed that they had Captain Boomerang from the first movie die almost instantly after getting a few cool Boomerang kills off. Also, shout out to Flula Borg, who played Javelin, and looked like he was just having the time of his life. About the characters, King Shark kind of stole the show for me. He's another lovable but scary anthropomorphic character. Everything he says is really funny. And to bring it around to Polka Dot Man, one of the worst characters in all of comics. He pictures everyone as his mother because she traumatized him as a child. And honestly, props to James Gunn for taking one of the worst characters in all of comics and making him cool and interesting and tragic. Harley Quinn, total badass, and I'm just so happy to see Margot Robbie clearly having fun in this role. For example, the scene where this politician character wine and dines her was well written, well shot, and I would be an idiot not to mention the wonderfully choreographed escape sequence where she's just killing dudes left and right, and eventually instead of blood, the wounds give way to flowers pouring out of everybody. It's an incredible sequence. Ratcatcher and Bloodsport have a cute sort of found family relationship with each other that really made me feel for them anytime the movie needed us to. And my God, John Cena was perfect for this type of role. Peacemaker is such a funny character, and Cena just dominated it. The Thinker is a pretty neat villain. I like that he's able to somewhat control this this sort of pseudo-Lovecraftian entity until he can't anymore. Peter Capaldi did a very good job portraying just kind of this weird scientist dude. Very, very good. There's not a lot of negative criticism I can levy at this movie. It's by no means perfect, of course, but I can't really think of anything to really knock it for. So to say from digging at it, I won't. I'm sure the mistakes will be more apparent when I eventually watch this movie a few more times. But as of right now, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that's, really negative about it. It's a fun movie. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a league above the 2016 Suicide Squad movie, and the more we can forget about that movie, the better. But yeah, highly recommend if you just like fun movies. It's definitely got a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe because, James Gunn. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's in theaters. It's on HBO Max. That's where I watched it. And even on my little tiny soundbar that I have under my TV, it sounded fantastic. So yeah, give it a watch. Highly recommend. If I had to give it a score, I don't really like giving things scores, but I think I would give it, let's go with a 4.5 out of 5. I feel like that's good. I'm sorry I didn't go more in depth. These kinds of videos that are coming out, these sort of like quote-unquote movie reviews, are more just going to be like just thoughts off the top of my head. I will have like a rough script, but it's not going to be like a full like in-depth deep dive 20-minute video about a movie that I've seen recently. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Wait, I actually do have one criticism. Why isn't Purple Lamborghini by Skrillex and Rick Ross on the soundtrack? Why isn't it there, DC? Why?